truth don't hide, it just waits for a face, Big footprints in a pine-slick path, Bob Lazar files with a government laugh. Court dates lost in a sea of red tape. We ain't 10-4, we just stay awake. True crime tales in a borrowed voice. We speak for the silence, not by choice. Got boots on the dirt and eyes on the skies, digging up stories they hoped would die. Might, truth, and thunder, we don't back down. With a Bible in the glove box and boots on the ground. Aliens, lies, and backroom deals. We break that silence, 'cause the soul feels real. Military broadcast, midnight run, teaching vets how to speak what the war's done. From trigger pulls to microphone stands, from combat zones to healing hands. Public records, missing names, unsealed files, classified games. We chase what's buried, not what trends, and we pray for light at the truth's deep end. Light, truth, and thunder, we don't back down. With a Bible in the glove box and boots on the ground. Aliens, lies, and backroom deals. We break that silence, 'cause the soul feels real. Some chase fame, we chase the facts. Some fold quick, we read the tracks. It ain't paranoia if it's always been there, and we ain't scared to lay it bare. Into the storm. We ain't perfect, but we were made for this form.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Into the Weeds podcast here on Military Broadcast Radio. I'm Amber.
I'm Alora, and Oates wants to say hi to somebody.
And we have 1980 Millennial Commentates.
Hey, everyone.
And Nancy from the Toll Podcast.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, and Ashley Baby.
Hey, hey, hey.
Hey. Okay, so I hope everybody had a really great Christmas. We had one. I was very busy though, releasing videos and stuff. So how was everybody's Christmas?
Mine was real good. We went to the Ozarks and celebrated with family a week before, so it was kind of quiet with us here, but we had a great time.
Awesome.
I live in the Ozarks. Both of my kids were here with us, so that was fun to always gather everybody together. So we had a great Christmas.
Awesome.
We had fun. One of my kids is in Mississippi, but my other three are here. My oldest stayed the night with me, so that was nice. It was fun. We had a good Christmas.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. Well, so I guess we'll start getting into it. We are going to watch a video called My Video Back to You, Hun. And this is something that I had picked out to play tonight. And it's very interesting. I haven't actually listened to it. I scanned it for nudity. I listened to the first maybe minute or two and then scanned it for nudity. So, but I've seen it out there, so I know it doesn't have any nudity. So I think we're good. So we're going to get into that now.
Awesome.
Let me bring that up as soon as I find it again.
It's quite the job scanning for nudity.
It is. It really is. I didn't think I would have to do that ever in my life.
Doing the Lord's work, Amber.
For real, for real.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Let me know if we have an echo.
Hey, it's me. I'm making you this response video that you sent me a video. My camera is a little fuzzy. as you can tell, I just woke up, so I'm not exactly the best looking. I'm kind of tired still, because it's 9 a.m. in the morning, and I'm not used to waking up this early. I kind of had a late night last night, so waking up this early, I'm not fully here. But anyway, I'm wearing red, or basically the only red t-shirt I can find at the time. It's a Harry Potter t-shirt, but it's still red, so. You had talked about a few topics that I totally believe are true. And one is that you had changed me, and that you had changed my personality into making kind of like a double copy of you. And I fully believe that that's true because, yes, I have a confidence in me that is a lot different than it used to be. It is more, I'm more confident in my beauty, but in general. And unfortunately, quite recently, that confidence led to me getting in trouble. I knew that having that second profile would lead to some sort of trouble. I'm getting an uneasy feeling about this. I want to close it down. And you're like, no, let's keep it up. Let's keep it up. Just as a precaution, let's keep it up. So I'm like, okay, we'll keep it up. I changed the picture to a picture that I like. I thought that, honestly, it was perfect 50 Shades of Grey picture to put on there. Because on the books, since I'm reading the books, and we are into the BDSM lifestyle, since the books, they have the mask, the tie, and the handcuffs, and I got all three in the picture. I thought it would be so cool because the movie just came out, and I'm like, well, hey, it's a great idea to post that picture as my profile picture on there. Nobody hardly knows me on that profile. I don't even have any friends on that profile except for you. So nobody would even think to, take that picture and put it somewhere else. Well, not too long later, like a day later, my mom and I have this fundraising site. It's called Gypsy Trip. It's on Facebook. It's a page. It just kind of keeps people abreast of or updated about how my health is doing, what I'm up to, stuff like that. But it's mostly for medical purposes. And, this person, whoever it is, I think it's a fake name, decides to say, post publicly on this website, why donate to this girl when she does this? She doesn't seem ill to me. And then it had my picture. And I have 107 likes on that page. So that means 107 people saw that picture. I am mortified because my grandmother probably saw that picture. Well, she's not my actual grandmother, but kind of like a God-given grandmother. She's like a grandmother. Everybody from my godfather, friends, family, everybody saw that picture. And, I know that my mom's trying to cover it up by saying, well, somebody was mean and it was photoshopped or something like that to kind of cover my reputation because, if those pictures get out and I want to become a famous artist someday, I don't want that to be held over my head and be like, oh, you're this big, great, famous artist. Oh, look at naked pictures of you. Haha, I could blackmail you with it. And it could be Dan. It could be his girlfriend. I don't know. They seem pretty pissed at me. After I explained to this girl, this woman, whatever, that I don't want him back. I'm not a threat to his relationship. I'm not. And I want to be friends, but not no more. It's war now. If it's him, it's war. If it's her, it's war. And then the same person sends the link of the profile with the picture in a message to my mom, but my mom had a strict filtering on her messages, so I was able to intercept the message before she was able to read it to know that it was a profile. So I explained it away by being like, well, it was taken 5 years ago. I made it. I sent it to Dan, and he clearly either sent it to, I guess, a buddy, or he shared it, or he's the one that posted it to blackmail me or whatever, or try to ruin my reputation now. And she bought the whole thing. I'm happy about that. So, I mean, I wasn't about to throw us under the bus and be like, well, yeah, I'm seeing, a guy that 2 years ago talked me into having a BDSM relationship with him. That's the kind of lifestyle I live now. And that picture was like taken the day before yesterday. That's the last thing that I want to do. I throw myself under the bus before I throw us under the bus. So what I'm trying to say is I took up for us again. I took the heat for us again. Not only for the mistake that I made with the picture, but of course the mistake that I made with Aaliyah being on my other Facebook that you had to delete too. So it's like, I see now that having only one profile is a good idea, and that's only for us to communicate. Other than that, having more than one, people are gonna try and ruin me and ruin us, and it's gonna interrupt with our relationship, and it's gonna, my mom could only give me so many chances. And, I had a big, long talk with my mom last night. And that's why I wasn't on a lot last night, because I was talking with my mom. And basically we were just talking, and I'm like, I apologize for taking the naked pictures whenever I was like 15, because I Demona did actually, but she doesn't believe in Demona. She just says, it's me. She doesn't even believe in a two-personality kind of disorder or whatever it is. And so I had to take the heat for it. It hurt having my mom say that she wished she had aborted me whenever she had the chance. That hurt. But then later, whenever we made up and we ended the argument, she's like, well, would you want to have given birth to a slut that showed her body all over the internet and was basically flirting and being a whore with every guy that would look at her back 5 years ago? And I'm like, no, I wouldn't want my daughter to turn out like that. So I can understand where you're coming from with that. But she did say that she was sorry for saying that she wished I had never been born. All I know is that who you're turning me into is something that she would hate. That's why she can never know about our secret lifestyle. She can never know how I enjoy being a slave to you. And it's not that I enjoy being a slave in general, because if it was anyone else, I'd tell them to fuck off and that they're arrogant asses, because, you know, no one should be subjected to being humiliated. However, since you are my soulmate, I get a sort of pleasure of being humiliated by you, and only by you. And I only want to serve you, because I believe that serving you serves a purpose, because you're my soulmate. Now let's talk about what you were talking about in your video, now that I talked a great long time about mine. Big old stuff going on in my life. Yes, you have changed me, by putting your copy of yourself in me. I've noticed, yes, I do get horny during my period, a lot more than I used to, and to the point where it does get uncontrollable, and like you said, I would have to release it out on you. It's just how it has to be now, and things have changed with me, with how I think, how I act. I know we don't agree on everything. I'm still a Catholic Christian. You say your human form is a Catholic Christian, which I would hope we could talk more about religion, because I would really, really like that. If we could just talk about God, talk about Him in a sense that we are true Christians, that we're not these fake Christians. I want to talk about that with you. And I realize that there are other gods in the world. Other people believe in different things. Like there are Hindu gods, there are Buddhists, there are, you know, this God and that God. But my God is a Christian God. And so is yours. Even though you're not from this planet, you are living on this planet now. So on Earth, I would like you to be a Catholic Christian, because that's not going to change in me. Though I do, I'll I don't want you to think that I don't believe in the Illuminati. I do obviously know that there is such thing. I'm not completely aware of exactly what it is. I think it's a secret society. It has to do with Hollywood and celebrities and the government. But that's about the only thing that I do know. I didn't mean for us to have this huge fight about Walt Disney. All I was trying to say was, I just came back from Disney World, so everything Disney is hyped up. You know, they only talk good about Walt Disney. They only talk good about everything Disney. So I'm sort of like in denial or whatever. But I just, yeah, it's off. My mom just called it anyway. I just feel like I don't think Walt Disney, I don't know about his younger days. I don't know about him as a man. I just know that whenever he got older and he had kids, he wanted his kids to have a place to play and other kids to play and enjoy childhood. And from that idea came Walt Disney Land in California. I've never been to Walt Disney Land. I've only been to the one in Orlando, Florida. But I just, I don't even know what the Freemasons are. So, I mean, how could I hate something that I don't even know what it is? So, and in that video didn't really explain much and said, you're gonna go to hell if you like Disney movies. Hell, 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 evil, 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 sin, sin, sin. That video freaked me out. I mean, it was scary. I'm one of these sheltered kids that grew up on Disney movies and, think that they're innocent. And, I didn't think about any hidden messages or anything in it. I didn't even watch Dumbo. Dumbo made me cry because all the elephants are all little, they get bigger elephants kept on making fun of his ears, and it made me sad, so I never watched it. But like a lot of the stuff I have, like even my curtains, are Princess and the Frog. I have a beautiful glass slipper. My curtains are Princess and the Frog. I have like cute little dolls from Tangled and The Little Mermaid. I like the Disney movies, and I know you do too. We've often said that we're a couple like either Cinderella and Prince Charming or like The Beauty and the Beast. Those are Disney films, and I think they teach great lessons to girls that there is true love, and that, I think for Beauty and the Beast, the past looks. And for Cinderella, that dreams do come true, so please keep believing in your dreams because they can come true no matter how bad the situation may be or how hopeless it may be. That's what I'm getting out of it. I'm not getting evil things out of it. So that video, I went off on a rant on you. Number one, because I'm like, you like Disney movies too. So I don't understand why you're giving me this video that says that Disney movies are evil and I'm going to go to hell if I watch a Disney movie. Because that's what I was getting from the video. I wasn't getting any sort of other messages except for I'm going to go to hell because I like Disney movies. So I think that maybe that video was made by a Christian radicalist, where they kind of go overboard and they try to scare you, and not a radicalist, an extremist, where they're like, you do this, you're going to go to hell, and you're eternally damned. I mean, they freak you out because of how aggressive they are about it. And so that's why I'm like, I'm not going to go to hell just because I've watched a Disney movie. If I go to hell, it's because I've killed someone or I've done something horrible in my life. If I've been mean to people, if I've committed adultery, if I've, been just a really horrible person in my life, if I've been really mean to people, then I would go to hell. I know that, but for me, being a Catholic Christian, number one, I don't think anybody is damned even if they commit suicide. I think the only unforgivable sin, and they teach you this in church, the only unforgivable sin is denouncing God. I'm not saying you personally, I'm just saying like you in general. But if you or whomever says, I'm not going to believe in you, you're not my God, he's going to turn his back on you because you did that to him. And for me, I'm not going to turn my back on God. I do believe in God. I do believe in what the Bible says. I believe in Jesus Christ. I am a true Christian. And I think that's where we hit kind of like an impasse where we're like, you don't want to talk about religion. I don't want to talk about religion with you because I don't want to get into a fight. So it all just sort of exploded on that comment. And I'm like, I called you a hypocrite, which I didn't mean. I just said it in anger because I was holding my tongue, holding in my thoughts about religion, about this video, and it just exploded on this comment. So I snapped at you, and I'm like, I called you a hypocrite, because I'm like, well, you're saying you're not on that site that we met on. You're like, I'm a Catholic Christian, and you even introduced yourself to me as a Catholic Christian. And I'm like, well, at least we don't have to worry about that. We're the same religion, so we don't have to worry about that. And then you come to me telling me that you're from a different world, and I accept that. I understand how spirits can be from, and souls can be from a different place and be reincarnated in a different life, in a different planet. I understand that. However, it just got me upset. And I'm like, well, why can't you just, why are you saying my God? Whenever you should be saying a God that we both believe in. There are more than one. Like I said before, there are many different gods to believe in. But all I'm saying is I want us to be on the same page with everything, including religion. I'm not saying that I'm going to be a Bible thumper and be, I couldn't read you a first passage of a scripture if I tried. All I'm saying is I do go to church on Sunday. I believe what the Bible says, and I pray. I believe in God, my God, which is the Christian God. I don't know who your gods are on your planet. You never told me, so I don't know. I would be open to believing in your gods, or God, whatever. I just think we need to communicate a little more on religion and talk a little bit more about that. Maybe on Facebook, we can get into that a little bit more. But I just wanted to say that I'm honestly, truly sorry for calling you a hypocrite. I did not mean it. It was only said in anger, and I know I can't take it back. I know I can't erase it from your mind. I deleted the comment. I deleted the video. But I know it doesn't delete it from your mind. So I'm sorry that I said that. I did not mean it. You're not a hypocrite. And as for the whole witch thing, honey, regardless of what your spiritual brother says, I know what I am. My mother's one too. And so was my grandmother. We're not bad witches. We are gifted. And due to my gift, I can know certain things. I see things in my dreams. That's like saying that I'm not a girl. You know, it's who I am. I might not have all the power in the world to hurt people, hex people, stuff like that. But I will say, I might be psychic. I might be clairvoyant, or whatever it is that they call it. All I know is that I am able to see and know things before they happen. And just like you, so what are you? Just wondering, what are you? How come you can see things in visions? That's honestly a question. So if you can answer that for me, what are you? I've asked you before, are you a warlock? Or are you what? So if you can answer that for me, I'd appreciate that, darling. But just please know I'm really sorry about what I said on Facebook on that comment. And that I do believe you about the Illuminati thing. What else? Basically just that, I can understand that you put your copy of yourself in me, and I have definitely felt it. I do feel more confident, like I said before. I do have very, very horny periods now. Thank you very much. That I will end up raping you one day, or even each time I have my time of the month. I don't know. That until we're together in person, I won't know. But probably so. And as for liking rougher sex, I am already starting to warm up to your make style. At first I was like, I'm not sure about it. Now I'm starting to warm up to it. So easier now with rougher sex. It's not to say that I'm gonna jump head first into like anal sex or anything. I still need time to get used to things like that. My turn-ons are still the same. I still like biting. I'm just, like you said in the video, whenever you're like, well, I'd be one of these, I'd be able to become comfortable to where I'd be like, okay, well, you can do whatever you want with me. I am becoming that way. I'm not fully that way, because obviously we have to sign that contract deed thingy, as well as me grow a little more into the woman that I'm going to become. So I think that I am growing into accepting more of the rougher sex, more of the BDSM culture. I do want to, however, work on creating an outfit, an official outfit to wear during when I'm supposed to be presented as your slave. Whether it is in public or it is at home, I want two. Two, for one, for me being your baby girl. That's when you're my daddy. And then another one for whenever you're my master and I'm your slave. So I guess I want one to be black and pink, and the other one different shades of pink. So I guess you can figure out which one is which. But yep, that's something that I want to design. I think I want it to be kind of like a corset kind of thing. For the baby girl one, I think I might want it to be a little bit more innocent. Maybe like kind of like a negligee sort of type of lingerie. And then for the slave one, maybe like a black corset with maybe like a tight leather skirt or something around those lines. I have to make the design. But yeah, I think I want something that formal. I do believe that I am getting to where I think I deserve the pink collar, honey. I know that it's going to be in the future after I'm yours. But even if I have to do tests, like what we were talking about when I asked about it, I think I'm ready. And I know that it's ultimately up to you to decide if I'm ready or not. But I'm tired of being a white collar. White collar means like I'm way at the beginning. I know that I'm past the beginning. I've come so far from even just 2 years ago or a year ago. I've come further. Further enough to be yours. Master gave me, or it's going to give me to you. So it's like I've come a long way that I think that I deserve to be rewarded a pink collar now, which is the next color up. And anything else I'm forgetting? No, that's about the only thing is that I can think of is that talk about confidence, talks about how I get horny on my period, talked about how I'm more okay with you dominating me and me dominating you. And how I really welcome your spirit. I really feel that soul connection that we have. I really feel like we've developed it enough to where you know my emotions, I know your emotions, and we can affect each other's emotions so easily. I mean, I can say one thing and it'll set you off like that. Or I can calm you down just as easily. And just like you can easily make me cry or smile. Or sometimes I want to kiss you and hit you at the same time. Not really hit you, but like just like a kind of like a friendly and then kiss you. That's kind of how I feel sometimes. It's kind of like when you gave me all them posts that I had to comment on. That was a job and a half, but I liked it in a way, and in a way it was like a punishment. So thank you so much, Daddy, for that. Anyway, I'm going to end this video because it's going on very, very, very long. So I will end this video with I love, adore, and worship you, my amazing, wonderful daddy. Good night, my handsome hubby. So I will give you my kisses. And I'll give you a couple extra. And please enjoy this video. If there's anything I did not answer, it's because I've been really stressed out about my whole mom situation and me getting in trouble situation. So if there's anything I forgot, please remind me on Facebook and I will answer it on Facebook. I promise, darling. As far as I can tell, I think I got it all. But if there's anything I forgot, please let me know and I'll answer it on Facebook. Talk to you later, honey.
Oh, wow.
No,
I have so many notes.
Oh my gosh.
First of all, welcome, Auntie's advice. We see that you popped in while we were in the middle of that.
Yes.
What did I do? Just watch. Hi, ladies.
Right.
Well, you missed the whole section about the Illuminati and Disney.
Oh, no, I heard it.
Oh, you heard
it?
Oh, my God.
It's like
I'ma
a couple
sit
of
back-
middle-schoolers who stay up too late, you know, and they're ranting about nothing.
Yeah.
Did y'all notice that last part where she said, please enjoy this video? It reminded me at movie theaters when they're like, and please enjoy the film.
Yeah, she did. I thought that was so funny.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, we're gonna have to do a whole live just on that video alone because that was
It
a
was
lot.
so much. It was
I
so
missed that
much.
before.
I have 2 pages of notes in my notepad on my phone. Like, what?
And
I
I
didn't-
appreciate you, Amber, hovering over to let us see how much we had left to endure.
I know. I was like, dang, how long is this?
It was just going on and on and on.
Oh, my God.
One really important part I thought though was after she had went on her Christian rant, then she's like, yes, of course I'm a witch, and my mom and my grandma, which isn't that uncommon in Louisiana and in mountain cultures and stuff like that.
Mhm.
But after saying that, what was really important to me was she was like, so what are you? You have visions. What are you?
Mhm.
Have we heard Nick say he's a vampire yet up to this point? Because I haven't. So I
No.
wonder if her asking him to define himself with these psychic powers he's claiming, like her, she's like, yes, I'm a Christian. Don't tell me I'm going to hell, but I'm also a witch, a hereditary witch. What are you?
That's a great
Okay.
point. Also, she says the biggest sin, the only real sin is denouncing God. And then she was like, you're from a different world. And I'm not against, worshiping your gods. What are your gods like? It was just really.
Mhm.
That was
It
a
almost
really
seemed
odd.
like she was asking him to come up with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Same.
Like,
Yeah.
what? Define yourself. I'm this, but I'm this, and blah blah blah. What are you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I love how she says this or that won't send me to hell, but I might get sent to hell if I murder somebody. And I was like, oh my God,
Oh
what
my
is
God.
this? This is
It's not going to go hell.
And I wondered if
Mhm.
Nick was thinking about hell and watching videos like that, because we know she started talking about murdering her mom pretty early on.
Yeah,
That,
it's
yeah.
definitely possible.
Let me ask a question. Hi, ladies. I'm
Hey.
Auntie. I was on Gypsy Rose and then I got off of it and now I'm back. Thanks to In the Weeds. Okay. Into the weeds. But I want to ask a question.
Yeah.
Are these videos that she's sending to him?
Yes.
Yeah.
So these are videos. So she
murder.
tapes the videos and then she sends it to him.
Yes. And we're not sure how they sent them because they're very long videos, especially at this time in 2015. This is 2/20/2015 at 10:13 p.m. So some have suggested that maybe they had a YouTube channel that they were doing that with, but we haven't
seen any record of that.
that.
And we've seen like it has like records of their Skype stuff and everything. Not all of the communications they had, but at least like the profile. So I feel like a YouTube profile would have been mentioned somewhere, but
Yeah.
it is really hard to send videos that long even today. So I don't know what they're doing.
Nick did have a personal YouTube channel that's still up. You can still go watch his videos, and Dee Dee
Yeah.
and Gypsy did as well. And it only has one video on there that's like talking to a cat or something, and it shows Gypsy's hand, I believe.
Oh.
Really?
But I feel like if that was their method, that the case books and the files would note that, and they're
Yeah.
not. Like they're just, it's, I don't know.
Well, but then Nick sat in the McDonald's for 9 hours trying to upload stuff.
They were using
So-
Dropbox.
And he said that in that one video that Gypsy sent him out in a blizzard because when she has her freakouts, he has to get to Wi-Fi, and that he went out in a Wisconsin blizzard to get to Wi-Fi at McDonald's or the library because they didn't have it at home.
Mm-hmm.
He
Wow.
did an apology video about that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and yeah, Dropbox, because I did see some records for Dropbox. So
Awesome.
Yeah.
That might be it.
Which I only have a vague understanding of what that is anyway, but
It's
just a
just a
video share
sharing
platform.
It's
photos.
basically like if you put your private videos onto like a YouTube or something, but it was private, and you just sent the links to someone else, kind of thing, like just a file sharing early before all the apps and stuff that we have now.
Mhm.
Gotcha. Okay.
I still have a
Once
Dropbox.
of like a Google Drive, that's a better way to explain it. I was flapping around trying to think of something.
Yeah, I only have one because my nephew set one up to send family pictures. And so that's how we do it.
Oh.
Yeah.
So
I didn't know that.
question, one more question, y'all. I'm so fascinated.
No, go ahead.
No.
I'm so fascinated. Thank you for welcoming me here. I have one more question.
Thanks for
And then I'm gonna sit back and watch what y'all do. So have you tried to get the prison records or the prison phone calls?
So somebody is working on that.
Okay.
Yeah. And yeah, I don't know if it'll ever come out, but Gypsy and Ken have both said that they hope that they do come out. So
They did say that because after we revealed the Ryan email about the situation with his ex and a child,
mhm.
Ken and Gypsy alleged on a live that email is absolutely true and that they hope we get the phone calls and reveal them because it will reveal that it's true. I don't believe anything just because it come out of Gypsy and Ken's mouth, but they have supported getting the phone calls. So yeah.
Mhm.
They've supported us releasing all of this stuff, and then they also complain about it simultaneously. It just
Yeah.
depends.
Yeah,
on
I'm
the-
saying supported very cheekily.
Yeah.
Very much.
Another thing that stood out to me is she said, "My mom can only give me so many chances. You're turning me into something she would hate."
Yes.
Ooh.
Mhm.
And I really felt that was foreshadowing.
Mhm. Very much so.
I felt like, yeah, that was giving Nick an idea that he's responsible because she said, "You're turning me into something she would hate." But she had just described before that her mom catching her doing BDSM and naked pics with Dan. And that's why she felt comfortable explaining away her current one she was caught with by saying, "I took that back when I was doing that with Dan." So Dee Dee knew about that.
Yeah.
So how
you
is
know about
Nick
Mona.
turning her into something she would hate?
Yeah,
She
but
was already
now
bad.
Now we have confirmation that it was a nude picture instead of just a Harley Quinn picture or whatever that she sent to Rod, right?
Do we?
Is that what we're
I thought it was
confirming?
something that she posted or something.
Yeah, this is a profile picture she posted and she got called out on because someone took it and posted it in the comments on Dee Dee's fundraising site and said she doesn't look that sick to me. And I remember hearing about this back then. That's why I said there were local people suspecting. I heard about it.
Yeah, and I've heard that since the beginning, since I started looking into this, but I just...
Gypsy's antics.
Yeah.
No kidding.
And her mom knew about Demona too.
Yes, Demona. So let's unpack that. Her mom knew about Demona. So Gypsy said in one video that Demona had been around at least since she was 13, 14, 15, something like that. So how long did Dee Dee know Demona was around?
She said thought it was interesting. She said her mom doesn't believe in Demona or in multiple personalities, but in her books, both of them, she made this big complaint. She said that her mom would tell her all the time, I have 7 personalities in my head and 6 of them don't like you. Yeah. And now, but we see here, you know, she was trying to explain away her bad actions with her multiple personality. And she's like, my mom don't even believe in that.
Mm-hmm. It's quite interesting. She's just constantly being exposed in her whole story. I mean, it's just falling and crumbling down. I mean, we've seen it for a long time, but to actually like have video proof of her talking like this and being so nonchalant and she's completely impaired there. She looks like she's on an opioid of some sort. She didn't look like she was drunk. So
I agree. She got a little more coherent toward the end, but that first part was really rough.
Yeah.
Did you all notice the part where she said the reason why I didn't talk to you much throughout the night, I wasn't available, is because I was having a fight with my mom?
Mm-hmm.
I think she left. I think she left and tried to see Dan again, and that's why she was like, and with him and her, it is war. And that's why she was all fucked up.
Yeah, maybe.
So, do you guys think that Dee Dee really said that about wishing that she would have aborted Gypsy and that she called her all these, you know, names?
No,
Yeah.
I don't.
It's possible. I mean, my mom.
I think she may have called her names, but I don't think she told her, oh, I wish I would have aborted you. But I think she probably called her names.
I don't know. I mean, my mom told me specifically that she wished I had never been born several times.
I'm so sorry, because you're like the fucking sweetest person in the world, dude.
Well, you know, I mean, that's just, my mom was raised in a orphanage basically after a certain amount of time, and then she ran away at 16 and got married. So, you know, I mean, and then she was a drug addict. So
my mom said several times she wished she hadn't had kids. So and I'm like, I'm your kid. So who knows what was happening in that house? It could have gotten explosive like that.
It could have. It could have. Y'all sure right. You're sure right.
Said that Dee Dee said that in regards to finding naked pictures of her and stuff. But in other videos, she's told us that 2011 is when she told Dee Dee that she'd been lying to her about her ability to walk. Now, we can't believe anything just because Gypsy said it. But I don't know. I feel like she accidentally tells the truth, slipped in amongst her elaborate lies here and there. If 2011 and the whole Dan deal is when Dee Dee found out Gypsy had been lying about her ability to walk, and she's created this whole life around Gypsy's inability to walk. Like, I can see her snapping and saying some crazy shit.
Yeah, I can definitely see that too.
If that happened. We don't know that happened because we only have it from Gypsy's mouth, and that's not trustworthy. But if that happened, I could see her saying some crazy shit. Like, oh my God, because she's built the whole life for them around, oh my God, my daughter can't walk.
Right.
And during that fight, she said with the BDSM stuff, this is the style I live now. I told my mom that. This is the style I am now.
Yeah, and she says something about telling her mom about Demona.
Yeah, she said her mom doesn't believe in Demona or in multiple personalities. But like I said, in her book, She claims that Dee Dee was always telling her that most of her personalities didn't like her. So, and Gypsy tries to hold Dee Dee to this really high standard of contradicting information, like, so which is it? And that's in her book in 2024. So we can hold her to the same standard.
Yeah.
It was interesting too how she intercepted that picture.
Oh yeah, I thought that was very interesting, and no telling what all she's done intercepted.
Yeah.
Yeah, Auntie, have you heard about how she, according to the evidence, sent Rod, her father, some naked photos?
No.
That's from what we
seems to be what they're
understand.
talking about a little bit here, right?
That's what I feel like they're talking about here.
Maybe
That's what it seems like.
Yeah.
We haven't seen proof yet, have we?
Well, I mean, she
No.
talked about
Aaliyah.
Aaliyah and
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
yeah.
That Slayton sent those nasty pictures. So, and that was Dee Dee covering for Gypsy, like Gypsy describes her doing in that video we just watched.
Yes.
I would love to know who the person was that saw that picture and then posted it to her Gypsy trip thing.
I would too.
Said she don't look sick.
Hey,
Yes.
if you're the person, reach out. Let us know.
She says, Mom is covering up for my reputation.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
That's
crazy.
crazy.
Wow.
There's
Dee
no
Dee
telling
always
how
did.
much.
Mhm.
There's no telling how much Dee Dee really covered for Gypsy, and we'll just never know about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And now Gypsy is just throwing her under the bus. And dude, the more I find out about Dee Dee, the more I'm understanding that she had a problem child and she didn't know what to do with her.
It's definitely
And
what
she
it
even
sounded
tries
like.
Yeah, and she even tries to throw Nick's mom under the bus in her book, saying, Nick's mom paid for the bus ticket and blah blah blah. And when that's not true, we have evidence. Gypsy even testified on the stand that's not true. So I was shocked that in 2024 she would just write lies in her book, throwing dead people under the bus.
Constantly.
Not even just the ones she murdered, the ones who were coincidental to her actions.
Yeah,
R.I.P. Stephanie.
Yeah, she said Nick got his karma because his mom overdosed.
So that was an email.
Which that makes me so mad. Reading that made me so angry because, for one, Nick wouldn't even know nothing about Dee Dee if it wasn't for Gypsy.
Yep.
It's just infuriating.
I agree.
There was just that part where she got caught with the new picture and she said, no, that was taken from 5 years ago when I was 15. And she said she bought the whole thing. Like, the lies that she told her mom and just had to keep putting layers and layers and layers of lies. Okay, she bought this one. Shoo.
Just like she does now, just layers and layers of lies, and she can't keep up with them.
Yeah, well, we saw that in the emails when we found out that she had accused another inmate of SA. And then she was like so pleased that she got away with it. And then finally she felt bad, supposedly, and told them that it wasn't true. So
Yeah, had consensual sex with her female cellmate in Greene County and then said she was threatening her. So she accused her of rape to get her out of her cell. That girl was sent to the hole. It was an investigation, bad thing, until Gypsy decided she was going to be noble.
It affected the girl's release date. From what I was reading, it affected her release date until Gypsy recanted.
Really scary stuff. Did you guys at all notice that she said that Dan taught her BDSM?
Mm-hmm.
She
But
said, yeah, previous BDSM relationship. Yeah, we know she taught Dan.
well, she even, I think she literally almost verbatim said that Dan taught her, which is crazy.
I can't remember exactly what it.
Dan says it's the other way around.
Yeah, but then she also always says that Nick introduced her to BDSM. So
Yeah.
Dan introduced her, Nick introduced her, but both of the guys say otherwise, and they didn't really have time to kind of come up with that story together.
She's obsessed with everything being her first time.
Yes, I was about to say that. And I think,
Sexual or otherwise.
I think she, like, I don't even know how to describe it, but it's like she wants to make them feel like, oh, you turned me on to this. You're so special. You got me into this.
Mm-hmm.
That's weird.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
the first one who's ever made me do this or do that.
Yes,
Purity,
yes.
almost like a purity king.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Yeah, it's wild to watch it in real time, or not in real time, but like, in these videos, watching what she thought, and oh my gosh.
And the manipulation is so thick. And then she's like, I have a double copy of you inside me. So now,
What does that even
she's
mean?
manipulating him into thinking that he has control of her. It's so weird.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Hey,
and I wish we could find the video of Nick being mad about Disney and ranting about the Illuminati, because like we keep checking, like let's find Nick looking like really getting at her and stuff, and just
it's just nowhere.
We found one that we're going to play tonight that seems to be the most animated that I've seen. Maybe people have seen other ones, but I haven't been able to go through them all yet. So I'm
He seems the most upset in this one out of all the videos we've seen of Nick's. However, and this isn't even me trying to defend Nick. It just personally to me seems like more of somebody who's just fed up and somebody. Yeah, he's just had to deal with a lot of stuff. I mean, I'm sure a lot of us watching or on panel tonight probably have had not great relationships that brought out not the best in us. And you get to a point where you're just kind of like, you're done.
Yeah.
It's troubled and like he's not taking care of himself and just exhausted emotionally.
You get over it. You're just over it.
Yeah. That's what it seemed like to me.
So do you guys want to play that video, or do you have any more to say about this last?
Oh, I was going to bring up, I had been saying I thought they were into some kind of weird, like, humiliation corn or whatever. And then she brought it up in that freaking video. And I was like, I knew it. They were liking that weird shit,
Yeah.
But that's it.
Yeah. I think the real last question would be is, do you ladies believe that Disney and the Illuminati are one and the same?
I believe the
she got mad
Illuminati
about
has a
that.
picture on the back of the dollar bills of a pyramid. That's it.
Well,
She was probably offended that he said that about Disney.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, I have no problem with Disney. I like it.
I lived in the area and it's weird.
It's overrated in my opinion.
It's weird.
I'm glad so many of the comments knew what I was talking about. Thank you.
About what?
About the picture on the back of the dollar being the Illuminati, the pyramid.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Definitely. Okay, so which video on here was the one that we had been watching?
Yeah, so it is called, hold on, let me find it. It's a marriage video. You see where it says marriage?
So how's everyone else's night going while we look for
Sorry.
Pretty good. Just chilling. Nice weather up here in Nebraska for December. How's it going around y'all's way?
It is so nice today, and I wish that I would have gotten to take my dog out like on a really long hike, but I'm still sick. I've been sick all week. So
70s here, 70s tomorrow, and then dropping to like 19 tomorrow night. So yeah.
AC on the last couple of days.
Yeah, it was 51 here today. I was literally in a tank top in Nebraska in December. It's crazy.
Crazy.
Okay, do you see it? Because I am not.
I don't
seeing
see it.
It says marriage.
Marriage.
It's Nick.
Auntie, how is it where you're living? Is it feeling nice out?
It feels okay for DC.
Mm.
It feels
I bet
okay. I think we got up to like 42 degrees, and that's cold for me. So it's okay. I'm just waiting for summer.
Okay.
Me too.
I've never been to DC, but I really want to go.
You need to come. You need to come. You would enjoy it.
I've been told that.
I had 2 4-hour layovers there, like in September, but I didn't get to go anywhere or do anything.
Which airport? Dulles or National?
I think it was Dulles, wasn't it?
It's in Virginia.
Arlington.
Dulles. Well, both of them are in Virginia, but one is further out. It's near Ruston.
I could see some of the monuments from where I was at.
So you were at National.
It was nice though. Okay, sorry y'all that we're having these not technical difficulties, just us finding these difficulties. My marriage video right here.
Where?
Right here.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, I forgot.
We're gonna look
So
at
let
this.
me ask y'all a question. Do you, I think that some of the information that you have provided may or should call for a retrial. I mean, I know she did a plea agreement,
Mm-hmm.
but I think that this should open up at least some other charges. What do you all think about it?
I don't think that'll ever happen because of
No.
just the fact that she got a plea deal. I don't think they'll go back on it. I'm not saying I don't wish they would, but I don't think it will.
Yeah.
It's probably unlikely in Missouri, especially since, by all accounts, it kind of seems like her even getting the plea deal was kind of an optics thing. And at this point, it would just be a nightmare. And, some of the taxpayers in Springfield that have been guilt tripped and treated like crap for never noticing, they might not be too happy that their funds are going to the retrial, and they probably just want to forget about it.
Yeah.
Greene County has gone through a lot the last couple months with us and some other people reaching out for FOIAs and stuff like that. And I'm sure they're just kind of over it.
Yeah.
And it'd still be double jeopardy unless it showed that she actually did the act or something. So
I think the only way that the only thing that could happen is if he got a retrial or the federal government came after her for something, but I don't think it'll happen.
Yeah,
But
I think Missouri
will.
just wanted to wash their hands of her. They just didn't even want her.
Yeah.
Like when she got out on parole, they were like, "Get the hell out the state."
Yeah,
do
it's unheard of to not
Get
have any
out.
kind of like paper time, no fines, nothing. That's pretty wild for a murder charge. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. They want to wash their hands of her and get on with it.
Yeah, definitely.
I wish there would be a retrial. I just don't expect it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, just a heads up, guys. It looks like this video is 23 minutes long.
Yeah.
We might take a break in the middle just to kind of break it up. We always get the comment that you can't really hear Nick. It's kind of hard to understand what he's saying. It's going to be the same case here.
Yeah.
We're sorry. It is what it is. But what does Millennial always say about the Seraptors?
Can you feel the Seraptors? Because for anyone brand new, in her 2024 book, after she got out of prison, Gypsy Rose Blanchard and her ghostwriters wrote that Nick could have been a best-selling author and sold 1 million copies because his writing was so amazing and his storytelling so intricate. She could feel the Seraptors and see the gargoyles. So feel the Seraptors when you hear the storytelling.
Watch the video and tell us if you think that is an accurate depiction of the way he describes things.
Yeah.
And we don't say that to make fun of him. It's just like, what are you saying, Gypsy?
Yeah, I'm so perplexed after watching these videos. It's like, wow, okay, there's definitely a disconnect here. Something we're not being told. Something happened and she got a plea deal and I don't understand why.
1980, your husband said, "Y'all, I have to hear that word all the time."
Seraptors.
Can you feel the Seraptors? Yeah.
He's probably done with it.
Okay, here we go.
Yes, sir. Making this video that I totally listen to. First of all, yes, it's true. Obviously, can't see much of light, but I have something black in the window because I don't know. Just my mom and I don't trust neighbors, even though we're all in small towns. I don't get it, but anyways, or maybe it's just my mom that doesn't, since my stepdad knows the person next door, and apparently he's supposed to be pretty cool. Anyways, now to topics I want to get to. Obviously, first one is, darling, after I say you can ask me whatever that you need to ask me, you go straight back to a question that you've asked me plenty of times. There's no reason for it, dear. There really isn't. I've answered every single time with the same answer. You know that spell made it to where we're stuck together forever. Even if you wanted to leave me, you couldn't leave me. Even if I wanted to leave you, I couldn't leave you. Yeah, I remember what you said about being bonded together in the fire of love, or that what you said yesterday. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Well, I see it a little bit differently, and that's probably the reason why the things that you ask me are just like totally unnecessary most of the time. I mean, the things that we've already talked about multiple times before. I mean, I can understand if you need to be reassured about something, but me marrying you should be off the list of stuff you need to be reassured about. It really should be off the list of that stuff. Because if I didn't want to marry you, now think what it's done. I worship you completely now. So when I say what I'm about to say, think about this. Okay. Remember the one night I stayed on for 7 damn hours just to fucking get as much time as I could with you? Remember that night? You remember it. The thing is that I used to be able to make it to where I be able to multitask, and at least this way the me wanting you, needing you around me, and all the rest of that wouldn't intensify to the point where you get too much to handle. But since I have gotten to the point I realize that I do worship you completely, since that time, I noticed one thing. You know what it is that I noticed? I noticed that now when I try to multitask, instead of it making it easier for me, instead of that, it makes me want to multitask in more than one way of being able to either express to you maybe what I'm feeling, or maybe do the video, for example, or maybe I do a picture. By the way, I spoiled you just because I felt like doing it. I had to spoil you a little bit. I know you wanted nudity pictures. Well, let's just say I spoiled you with one pic. I might spoil you more soon enough, honey. Maybe next few days or something. But yes, I did spoil you with one specific type of pic, darling. And you'll probably go crazy after you see it. Because I'm pretty happy in it. And, well, I think you'll notice the rest of it when you see it. Now, what else to say, dear? What else to say? Thinking. Because I have to think deeply at times, and this is one of those moments. The thing is, I was gonna go off about you constantly needing this reassurance about me marrying you and all the rest of this shit. The thing is that I wouldn't have told you if it was part of my plan. I would have not have told you to make sure you buy that dress. I would have told you it. You freaked out like I was gonna fucking turn back out of nowhere and made you waste all that money. The thing is you gotta trust in my plan. You have to trust in it. And obviously, with the way you were acting before, you weren't trusting in it. And you know I'm telling the truth. You weren't trusting in it. If you were trusting in it, you would have said, okay, well, he obviously wanted me to buy the dress. Maybe it was just to get things out of the way. We got to get, obviously, individual things as we go by, individual things out of the way as time goes on. And obviously, I'm going to try to find a freaking minister with you that is willing to wait until the ceremony is over before he gets paid. Because this way we try to save as much money as possible. And that's the last thing we'll do. We can find a cool enough person, cool enough minister that's willing to do that. That's just the way I feel. Yes, I have my beard. And I know how you feel about it. But yes, darling. The whole situation with you having to ask me about me marrying you and all the rest of that, it should be final by now in your head. He's gonna do it. He's gonna marry me. I don't have to think about it anymore. I know it's gonna happen. I know that he's just timing things as it needs to be timed. So that's why there's no disaster ever happens, because that's one of the most important parts of our life is that day we get married. That's one of the most important parts of our life. That's the reason why I think of it as cautiously as I do. It's the reason you can't say of it as being, what's the word I'm looking for? You can't say of it as if it's, I'm trying to think of how to put words down. Like, it's not necessarily that you could say it's doubts. It's not doubts at all. Like I said, you gotta trust in my plan for our marriage. You have to trust in our plan that I've already thought of myself. You've already seen me as your leader. There's a damn song by I think it's by Stream of Passion, a band named Stream of Passion. The name of the song, I believe, is My Leader. However, the song is about how the person is so obsessed with that person, yet that person still gets betrayed by him to the point they can't turn back on him, even when they don't want to. I mean, even when they want to. That's actually what I mean. Yeah, even when they want to, they can't turn it because they rely on that person so heavily. But there's also a BDSM song that I will give you in the future. Maybe after we've met in person, I'll do it. That's by the same band. That is very, very intense. But it made me think of me and you. For some damn reason it did. I don't know why it did. Thing is you might not see yourself as a mascovist or mascovist, yeah. You might not see yourself as one right now. But a part of me is telling me that aspect of us being in BDSM is meant to be. It actually is meant to be, because you become one. You become one as you experience the pain that you do. You actually start to enjoy the pain to the point you actually crave it after a while from it. The sexual pain, you literally just crave it. So, with that said, darling, that's another thing I also noticed when I seen the vision in general is the thing I saw it from. Yeah, I'm obviously still waking up. I think I'm about to go off like I originally wanted to, just me being mad and such. About the whole marriage thing. The first time I turn on the light really quick here, dear. And after I do that, brace yourself because I'm going to seem as if I'm ranting. 1 second here, done. Okay. Ooh, yeah, I'm wearing an American shirt. Anyways, crap on my foot. Oh yeah, I am bombarded by fire around me. I can definitely tell that better than now. I should take a sip of something before I do this. And then I'm gonna go off there. I am going to go off. Now, where to start? Where to start here? Okay. Darling, I had you prepare yourself for what I'm about to do. Sweetheart, now, think about this. I mentioned about me staying online for 7 damn hours straight, waiting for you. I'll mention that I took practically a full night all the way into 4 o'clock in the morning to make, what was it, 3 videos for you? Remember that? I wouldn't want to do that either if I wasn't so serious about marrying you. You can tell by the look on my face, I am now mad. I actually just let it out. So yes, dear. Stop with the ridiculousness. Seriously, stop with it. As you can tell, my voice tone changed into a very serious one. Stop the crap. You know I want to marry you. I'm just warning you of the stuff that could trigger certain things. Thing is I know I never could leave you. I know I could never leave you. I know you could never leave me. I know that possibilities out of the possibility list. It's not a possibility anymore. It's an impossibility instead. But that don't mean it could change to where I wouldn't want to marry you if you push me too far away or you pressure me too much. But after you and me talked about that yesterday, you actually admitted, yeah, maybe that is a good idea. You actually saw what I was talking about. You actually saw that maybe I do need to balance that just right. And then after you said that, I'm like, she's really coming into her own with what I actually am telling her. She's actually listening to me. Yes, dear. That's the thing. I always feel like when I gotta repeat myself like this, you know it's a pet peeve of mine. You know it's a pet peeve of mine. With you, I don't think it's really necessarily a pet peeve because you know that's one of my highest needs is reassurance. You, it's a high need, but not as high as mine. Hell, I have you reassure me fucking every night. That's the reason why I know it's a higher on me. You, I only reassure you on specific things every night. You usually do it on multiple things. Not just one thing or another, but multiple things. That's the reason why I know it's higher on me. But, darling, I didn't have you pick out your damn dress for no damn reason. I'm obviously trying to think of all these other details, mini details that I gotta figure out before I can think about any of the other details. There's a lot of details. We both know there's a lot of details when it comes to a wedding. We both know that. Think about this, darling. I have to think about all the details for whether if usually for a birthday we balloons. We can have also wedding balloons too. Don't think we can't. Flowers. I prefer red because it's true love. White also mixed with red, I suppose. And then the thing is I wouldn't mind having blue also. You know, to make it seem patriotic, but really that's what I want to do. Darling, when you walk down that altar, this is what I want to do as part of the wedding. I want you to have a red rose in your hair. Because that's obviously a symbol of true love. And I'll have either a white one or a blue one in my tuxedo pocket. That's one thing I thought I'll make sure happens. Because for some reason I feel like that will bring us even more good luck. Compared to all those other details we've talked about before. Whether it was bird seeds, putting them all over the walkway. That's one thing that's supposed to signify good luck. All that omen stuff I talked about before with you. We specifically picked that day because it was meant to be a good omen day. It's towards the beginning of the month, and as part of the omen situation, whether it's a bad or a good omen, on the good omen side, it's meant to be usually better off marrying during the beginning of the month. And the third happens to be a full moon, and on a full moon night tends to be more good luck. And not only that, I don't know if you remember me saying this, but I did say this at least 10, 20 times probably by now. We are going to marry within the morning hours. And if we can marry by the time it's noon, we maybe we kiss on the exact time noon strikes. Even more good luck. That actually, I think that gives us a great amount of good luck, actually. Because they say those who marry when the clock hands are facing upward, more upward the better. That's the reason why I suggest we do it at noon. Yes, when we marry upward, and specifically the beginning of the day upward, meaning noon, don't do it at midnight, that's bad luck. I've actually researched all this a long time ago. I still remember to this day because of how obsessed I am with us marrying, and you don't even realize I am obsessed with it. I actually am obsessed with it. But, yes dear, as I said, they're both all the way up towards noon. And as soon as we hear, because we'll have to make sure the bell, since I believe most of the time in churches, the bell will actually ring at noon. So when the bell goes off, instantly we kiss. That's by the time we get done with our vows and all the rest of the stuff. So all we have to do is kiss. So it'll be like within that minute or those few minutes, we're saying our vows and stuff. And then we wait until the bell hits before we kiss. Believe me, honey, I have this very well planned out. You have to follow your king's plan now, because I'm trying to make sure we go along the good omen path, completely smooth. So please, darling, stop questioning me about our marriage, us being married. Stop questioning me about it, if I'm going to marry you or not. That's final. You know it's going to happen. That's been final since the very first time you asked me. And at that time, I will remind you again, at that time, you said you weren't going to pressure me. But like, baby, I'll leave it up to you. You can propose to me whenever you want to propose to me. I'll let it be up to you. You take your time. I know that can be pressuring if someone tries to pressure you into asking them. I'm not going to do that. You can do that on your own time when you're ready to. That's what you said to me. That's your exact words. I actually said your exact words. You did use baby in your own words too, so I got to use that. But yes, dear, I remember, like I said, I'm obsessed with this more than you realize. I remember every little detail we've already talked about. But yeah, I think birdseeds would probably be the best one for good luck. Other than that, obviously we'll probably have to, I prefer to have, if we're gonna have flowers go everywhere on the floor too, probably white flowers, because that usually means a new beginning. And yes, I did look at the meanings. I even showed you a site that had them. It's the reason why I remember all the details of all that stuff, honey. Probably if you have a flower girl, to put them all on the ground, make them all white ones, white roses. So I'll have probably either a white or blue rose in my thing. You'll have a red rose in your hair, since it is so detailed, darling. I actually do know another bad luck omen, and I'm hoping you didn't fall for one of them. I hope you did not try to make your own dress. That's actually bad luck. Yeah, bad luck. I remember that. And I remember you saying you wanted to customize your dress a little bit, but someone else will make it, but you might be able to customize it yourself a little bit. I don't think that will count. I hope that doesn't count, because I don't want any bad luck at all coming towards us. Obviously, you take a route to the damn church, to where we don't, neither you or I ever, obviously go past the cemetery, because I think you even know this one. Usually when you go past the cemetery, that's bad luck. That's another one. Besides that, another good luck omen, besides not seeing obviously cemetery on the way there, is oh yeah, that's another one. Darlene, I mean, apparently it's good luck if the husband is there for the bride is. So I might give you a good morning kiss with you still being asleep, and then don't freak out if you don't see me in bed. Don't freak out, because obviously this will be way after we're already living together, obviously. Don't freak out if you don't see me in bed. Just remember that it's obviously our wedding day, so I must be already at the church because you're your guest. Because another good luck omen is you do not see the bride until they walk down the altar. That's another good luck omen. Like I said, honey, I'm obsessed with this stuff. There's a lot of other ones. I don't want to keep on going, because I see it's already going on 21 minutes. So I'm gonna end the video now, and I had to go onto that situation and just give you what I'm talking about here, giving you why this is not reasonable for you to ask me anymore. It's final. It's final. There's no going back. You can't say no to me. You need to know you won't marry me. You can't say that. It's final. It's stamped final. And we both know that usually ink can't be rinsed, erased off. So yes. Let's say we had, I do papers. This is something I just made up myself. I do papers. We put them together, stamp, goes through one of them, goes through the other one. It's final. No more asking me, darling. I'm not joking. No more asking. You make it final in your mind too. It's final. We're marrying. You better understand me. I'll bring that fatherly part of me out of me, just to make it sure you take me seriously. Even though I'm also being, well, I'm showing that master side of me too, I have to admit. But yes, darling. Alright. Now, before it gets to 24, 25 minutes, I'm going to say it now. And hopefully I reassured you on this to where all you have to do is watch this video and you can remember. Obviously, I know it's final. He might be just having a hard day. Maybe that's the reason why he's saying the things he's saying. He knows that no matter what we're marrying. He knows that. I know that. He might be saying that he's unsure if he wants to marry me at one moment, but the truth is, I know he does want to marry me. One of those days that it might come to that bout where it might seem that way. Watch this video, instantly reassured. Because you know the truth. You know it's final. We're married. It's, if, ands, or buts, we are doing it. Okay, honey. Now I'm going to do it. I'll go back to my lovey-dovey romantic self for the ending. Stop being so serious. Okay. I love it, though. The rest of you, my future loving blessing queen. And good night, my lovely wife. Okay, now I'll do my signature 3 kisses. 1 kiss side, 2 kiss side, 3 kiss, and I hope this has reassured you, honey. And then my good night kiss. Hope you're reassured now, honey.
Well,
That was interesting.
Very interesting.
So that was the first one that I was able to actually pretty much listen to and follow the whole time.
Now, he was scary, girl. I'm terrified.
I know, right?
Tell me if I'm wrong, but it really just seems like he's just fed up with the way that she's acting. It doesn't sound like he's trying to hurt her.
He's fed up with her trying to force him to ask her to marry him, which is interesting because from what I've seen from the prison emails, she did that with about every guy. She asked them all to marry her and started trying to pressure them into marriage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was wondering, I bet she does the same thing with Ken. I'm pretty sure there was a live stream and she said something in it like, no pressure. I haven't got a ring yet. No pressure.
Mm-hmm.
I saw. Yeah.
He said, y'all tell him, to everyone in the live stream.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Also, I feel especially bad for Nick because it seems like he fantasizes about this wedding like a 7-year-old girl does. Like he's really put thought into every detail.
Yes.
He just keeps hounding and hounding, and he's so tired of it. And also, he wants it to be perfect. And that just makes me so sad. Somebody was talking about the yawning, and I think that might be stemming, trying to self-soothe.
Yeah.
Because it is a lot sometimes, but that's how I feel. I take his body language. Also, he's disheveled, right? He's not taking care of himself.
Yeah.
Very frazzled. She really has him. And somebody said dysregulated, like he's staying up for that live stream for 7 hours. So she's got him off kilter, which, huge manipulation tactic. So.
Which, isn't it crazy that he's doing this like 7-hour long video thing, you know? And I mean, we see other of her friends that they commit like that too.
Well, he said, I was online for 7 hours waiting for you. So it was put him on hold, and he just sat around waiting for her.
I didn't hear that. I didn't hear. Oh, that's so mean.
He did say something about that.
Yeah, he did.
And also, like, it was very childlike, Nancy, how he was, when he talked about all these details we need to plan, he instantly went into the aesthetics of the wedding. And we saw that other video from Gypsy where she was like, we need money, we need a house, we need a car, we need this and that. And to me, that really demonstrates the different levels of their mentality of planning.
Yes.
Especially in the context of how some people like to say that we need to accept that Nick groomed her.
How?
What are we doing here? Like,
he's talking about birdseed being good luck, and she's like, my mom's not going to pay for our life.
Yes. So she has to go.
Oh, yeah. And
sweetheart, it's not reasonable for you to keep asking this, dear.
Yeah, it told her to rewatch the videos when she had doubt. Go back and watch the damn videos.
Also, he was cussing more, because I had said previously in some of these, I was like, oh, he cussed. That's weird because they don't cuss that much. But in this one, he was dropping the F-bomb a lot. He was really, she had him frazzled.
Well, I mean, he said, this is me mad.
Yeah.
So that's interesting that he said that. You know, we're seeing an example where he says, this is me mad. I'm letting you know I am mad.
The fact he has to tell you he's mad because he doesn't change tones. He has to tell you, this is it. I'm pissed.
Did you notice the change in tone, dear?
Yeah.
Stop with the ridiculousness. Stop with the crap. I'm mad.
Well, and I believe that that's basically what everybody feels like in her life, because she's notorious for freakouts. So I can only imagine what those are actually like if we haven't actually seen one yet.
No, I think most of her freakouts had to have been over video chat or on the phone. She didn't want that recorded so that we could see, you know, potentially what one of her freakouts really looked like. And
yeah, I agree with that. I agree with it.
I can only imagine what. Yeah.
I just know in the prison, they said that she did have freakouts, and she would run into the bathroom and cut her hair with fingernail clippers or something like that. And I heard that. Yeah, and I heard that before it came out in the book, or whatever she said in the book. I don't know. But
I remember them saying
reenactment from interview. Oh, I'm sorry, Ashley. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. My bad, girl. You go ahead.
Baby, it's good. I think it's like her Claudia freak out from Interview with a Vampire. She said in one of the prison emails I went over that she had that down from like 6 years old. She would reenact the scene of Claudia screaming, freaking out, and cutting off all of her hair. And she cuts off all of her hair every time she has like a major meltdown.
Yep. Even to this day, she gets on that hair and she goes to cutting.
you know, it's funny. My aunt, she called me last night, and at the end of the conversation, I was like, "Hey, did you see any of these new Gypsy videos?" And she's like, "Oh, Amber." And mind you, this is the woman whose daughter is in Chillicothe for 25 years. And this is her mother. And she's like, "That woman needs an Oscar for the best performance of a lifetime." She's like, "I am so mad, and I watch it for a little bit, and I turn it off, and then I watch some more, and I turn it off." And she's like, "It's a guilty pleasure, but I get mad."
My 19-year-old, when you first started putting the videos out, my 19-year-old saw an edit on TikTok. She sent it to me. "Have you seen this?" "Girl, of course I have." She's like, "That girl is sick." "I know. Y'all have heard me ranting about it for a year. I've been telling you.
Some people in my life who weren't interested sent me edits of, you know, the bad Gypsy talking about her 13-year-old video, and was like, is this AI? I know you're into this. Is this AI? I'm like, no, my friend released that from a FOIA.
People have been turning that into a meme. It's Kind of funny.
The memes are
Kinda funny.
amazing on
They're
TikTok.
A
hilarious.
lot of people have like no context. They're like, why are there so many videos? Why is there a new video every
Who
time?
is this?
I've seen so many people be like, where did she get all these clothes?
Yeah, yeah.
And they're getting tired of it too, very quickly. It's a wave that's going to be short-lived for a lot of people just because blah.
Yeah.
Because it's gross. Like the stuff she
It
says is
is.
gross. And then like it's weird for people too, because a lot of people, you know, and like me even are like, you know, Nick says out of his mouth that he is the one who did it. And so I just don't excuse that. But you watch him here and you just can't help but feel bad for the guy. He seems
Totally.
to not be on anywhere near the same level as Gypsy intellectually and absolutely overwhelmed and frustrated with
Yep.
he openly says he's obsessed with her and do anything for her, cover for her, whatever, but he's clearly overwhelmed. Like,
And you couple that with, you guys have been releasing the new text messages too. You couple that with his mom being so concerned when he's coming to Missouri. Like, you have to know that his parents have been watching him, right, over this couple of years turn into a different person and just be frazzled and upset a lot. And I just feel for his mom, because she clearly felt something was wrong.
She did. She even kept telling him, you know, find somebody in town. You know, you don't have to be with her.
Yeah, and this is on 12/21/2014, or at least that's the date modified, guys. But him right here is vastly different from the first videos of Nick that we saw, the first pictures of Nick that we saw. This is not the Nick that sat in the movie theater watching Cinderella. That does not look like the same guy.
They hadn't met yet because the Cinderella movie theater didn't happen until March 2015. And this is
that's true.
Oh, you're right.
That's true. That's true.
So they hadn't even met yet, and she's begging him to marry her, and like he's completely beyond frustration. Like, I will. Give me time. This is not reasonable, dear sweetheart.
Now
You
that
must
you
stop this ridiculousness.
Yeah,
She
now that
drained him. That's what she did. She's drained him emotionally. He's just drained.
She's an emotional vampire.
Yes.
Big time.
Vampire. That's the thing she's obsessed with. I released a video today showing how many times in her prison emails post the murder she talked about her sexual vampire fantasies. So that has not gone away for Gypsy Rose.
it seemed like something she was more into than he was.
Yeah.
100%.
A lot of the fantasies seemed like it was stuff she was really into, and she didn't stop when she went to jail. Seemed like she got more into it, getting into the hurries and plugs and just goodness.
Well, we're trying to find videos or messages of Nick talking about himself being a vampire. We haven't found him yet.
Yeah, we have not.
That's super interesting, because I thought Victor was a 500-year-old vampire.
I'm sure it comes up eventually, but we haven't found it yet. But we did just hear Gypsy saying, "What are you? We're both magical. I'm a Christian and a witch, and I have psychic visions, and you have psychic visions. So what are you?" You know, so I was like, are we finally about to see the emergence of the vampire?
But does he not say a little bit about him being psychic too? Like, it's not
So
just her.
he actually said that in the
Christian
dating messages, which I'll put out pretty soon. But yeah, that's one of the first conversations they have is their psychic abilities. So it's kind of weird.
Yeah, I think in the description of one of the videos, when she tells him she can walk, don't he also, isn't he like, I always knew or something? Yeah.
He could read her mind and all that stuff. Yeah. Yeah, they talk about that in the very beginning. So I don't know where their heads were, but yeah, Dan, like Sammy Soup said, Dan was a 500-year-old vampire. So it's just all odd.
You're trying to make sense of crazy, and they're just
it's never ending too. It's just never ending. Is what's
It's
so
beyond
crazy.
an onion.
What?
Beyond an onion, it's like a cluster of onions, clusters of layers of around bulbs of information.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Kidding.
That's a great analogy.
Mhm. Okay. I'm going to actually, do you guys have anything else to say about that?
No, but I've got to hop off. My son's going to be home from Mississippi in about an hour. So I want to get all his little stuff for Christmas ready and all that good stuff.
Okay. Well,
Yeah,
I hope you have a blessed day or blessed
Thank
evening.
you. And thank you for having me on again. I love you guys. It's always fun.
You're welcome. Love you too.
See you later. Bye, guys.
Fun.
Bye.
And then also thank you to Auntie. I think she had to slip off.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank her for coming on.
And go ahead and check out her channel as well. That's Auntie.
Auntie's advice or Auntie's advice.
Auntie's advice.
And we actually were on her show last night. We did an impromptu live on her show last night. And it's pretty interesting.
Oopsie. I was supposed to
It's
drop.
fun to talk to new people. I know sometimes it's a little frustrating for the audience to hear people who are up to date on the information, but also it is fun to talk to new people who haven't heard any of all these deep layers of details that we have. And that's how we spread the word. And then they're like, oh my God, what the hell? And you like, listen to this.
That's right.
This nugget.
Yeah, and there's constantly new people that are finding these videos and stuff like that. So you want them to have like little nuggets of what's going on, so they can kind of delve in, whether it be with us or elsewhere. You know,
it's great to share information.
Yes, I would agree. Are you putting all these in like a
so
thing together?
So Millennial and I were listening earlier to this interview with a woman who knew Gypsy and Dee Dee, and her name is Marcia Smith, I believe. So
is it going to show her social security number?
No.
Okay. Sorry, that was another thing that
I
we've
know.
been. Oh, I wasn't saying that like to criticize.
No,
I was just throwing it out there to everybody. That's another thing. We've had to remove some videos, re-upload them, stuff like that, because that's another thing that we're having to redact.
I'm just sharing it in this because I cut out the other stuff. So
Personal private information.
I cut out the
like the socials. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Okay.
Are you able to enlarge
address, phone number?
It's all right. It doesn't need to be enlarged. They're just going to listen to it.
Oh, there's not a
video. But this is the person that Gypsy is described as her spiritual grandmother there.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just an audio?
Yeah, it's just an audio.
Okay,
so here we go.
This is 19 minutes.
When was the last time you spoke to Dee Dee or,
Y'all hear that?
Yes.
Okay. Just want to make sure. Do I need to mute myself?
Maybe for like Discord notifications and stuff.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, we've been having Discord go off this whole time.
What about you? Who are you speaking with? She just showed up with the key to the house. Marcia Smith. Okay. These are all down up here. Marcia, do you live right around here?
No, I'm just friends.
Okay. Do you know Kimberly?
I don't know anybody.
You don't know nobody? Okay. Very good.
I just finally remembered her next door neighbor's name. It's taken me 6 hours.
Oh, okay.
7 hours.
You don't know another friend that doesn't live here in the neighborhood, though?
Laura is down there with another officer right now,
okay.
but
nobody named Kimberly.
no, Kimberly.
Okay. She was green. No, I don't know that she was with Haynes staying outside.
Okay.
Did she come with you?
Yeah, we came together.
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah.
I'll see you. Okay. Sorry. When was the last time you remember speaking to him?
Jeez Louise. It's probably been a couple months ago.
Okay.
You know, we have a hard time catching each other.
Okay.
I come up, I stick things in the door if I don't want to open the door, because I don't want the neighbors seeing me open the door.
Right.
So I'll stick things in there in the door. She comes to my house and sticks things in the door.
Okay. All right. So you guys don't talk on
Not
a real regular
regularly.
basis?
No.
Okay.
But I mean, I've known them since the day they came here.
Okay. And that was back in 11, right after the hurricane?
Katrina.
Okay.
Five.
Yeah, that's way before that.
Five.
Okay. So you didn't know them before they got here?
Oh, no.
Do you know
Nobody
anything
did.
about Gypsy's dad?
His name is Rod, if I remember correctly. Dee Dee has had no contact with him whatsoever in years.
Okay.
I mean, never. There's no child support. There's no nothing.
Okay. Is his last name Blanchard?
Blanchard, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I was trying to remember Gypsy's. I know not Gypsy. Dee Dee's father is alive, but I don't know his name.
Does he live around here?
No, everybody lives in Louisiana, and I know her brother lives. I don't know if it was Golden Meadows, which is further south than New Orleans.
Okay.
But I mean, she has had no contact.
Okay.
With any of them, because actually her father tried to collect her life insurance. He said she was dead after.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah.
That's a good dad.
Mm-hmm. Great. And they have had a horrible life. They have lived in their cars. They've had nothing. And they were so proud of that little house, getting that.
Mm-hmm. You said you can't remember her father's name?
I cannot. I don't know. Yeah, and she never really, called him by name.
Right.
But and they are so what's the kind of Creole? I mean, they can.
I'm going to take this real quick. I'm not sure if it has something to do with work or not.
That's okay.
Hello.
Amber, is it paused?
Yeah, and
I'm sorry. Hold on.
She could speak it.
Alora muted us. I'll have to go back. You're all right. We'll just go back a little bit.
A horrible life. They have lived in their cars. And they've had nothing. And they were so proud of that little house, getting that.
Mm-hmm. You said you can't remember her father's name?
I cannot. I don't know. Yeah, and she never really, called him by name.
Right.
But and they are so what's the kind of Creole? I mean, they can.
I'm going to take this real quick. I'm not sure if it has something to do with work or not.
That's okay.
Hello. Yeah, but I'm up here on Volunteer Way and I'm in the middle of an interview. Okay. Yeah, you can call me when you're there and get more info. Appreciate it, man. Bye. Oh, sorry about that.
I mean, she can talk Cajun with the best of them. Oh God. And it's like, what? What? Say it again.
Yeah, they have their own language.
Oh, and she could speak it. I mean, she was the best mom. But Gypsy has spent the night with me a couple of nights when Dee Dee's had to go for sleep studies, at the hospital and stuff. And
okay.
So, and Gypsy says I'm her adopted grandma since she doesn't have one.
Oh, okay. Well, that's probably a compliment.
It is. I get the cutest Mother's Day cards. I said, I just got my card from Gypsy, and it says this, and that's how a lot of times we keep in contact, or we send notes back and forth on Facebook, because with my schedule and theirs, and I never know when they have to go to Kansas City to the doctor.
Right. And one of the neighbors said something about maybe a couple months ago they went to Disney World or something with some friends. Do you know anything about that?
Yeah, they did. Golly jeez, now when was that? That had to have been. It has to be in the fall because Gypsy can't take the heat.
Okay.
And it was a couple that they had met down there, and they have stayed with them prior occasions at their house, and the lady works at one of the resorts on the property.
Okay.
And they have, the people have, been really, really good to her. But again,
okay.
Names.
Well, it's stuff like that. Is it common? Where they might go off and take a trip with somebody, or
not without somebody knowing it.
Okay.
That's what makes us, just kind of curious.
Because that's what I've got from all the neighbors. Mm-hmm. Normally, if they're going to go anywhere, even to Kansas City for treatment, they let the neighbors know that they're going to be gone.
And a lot of times Fontana or whatever her name is next door sometimes she takes care of the cats. Yeah, she doesn't do a very good job. And Dee Dee knows that I'm highly allergic to them, and I can't hardly stand to go in the house because I come out, my eyes are like.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah,
I understand.
But I can't. I know that they love. Chips loves Disney World. Loves to go there, but I can't imagine them going without anybody knowing. Okay. And she was actually at this particular time, they were trying to make money, get donations to go to a place up in, it's around Cape Cod. And there's a lot of doctors that come to this thing that they go to that can help Gyps with all of her health issues. And they've gone a couple of years. And it was a couple of years ago that they went because our car club actually gave them enough money to go.
Oh, okay.
And but this time I wasn't about to ask.
Right. And
Laura said that they weren't able to go because it fell through. They didn't get the money. So it was an expensive. It's a couple of weeks up in Cape Cod, but they love it up there too. So
Okay.
And I know Dee Dee has a protein allergy. She can't eat any protein.
Really?
None.
That's an odd allergy now.
Very odd.
That's got to be miserable because there's protein in a lot of stuff.
Well, yeah. There's, and I've tried to buy her protein shakes and things that, because it's not real protein.
Right.
I've tried to find all sorts of stuff for her to eat, drink. It's just weird.
Yeah, that is. Can you think of anything else that might be helpful to us? Any other, is it, I know this isn't common for them to leave without letting anybody know, but just anything like that. And of course, this is coming from Facebook, and people are
Right.
idiots on Facebook. But some of the comments on the post on Facebook, one person said the police need to talk to the neighbors because somebody came and picked them up to go to a movie. Is that common?
I would say, because I think probably I had come up here one afternoon to drop some stuff off, and their old van was, I think, here. No, their van was gone. Somebody else's car was in the driveway, and it had an Illinois license on it. And I thought, well, this is weird. But then I thought, oh, well, she's got the new little cube, so they probably took off in her car,
Right.
you know. But and I thought, well, I don't know anybody from Illinois, but I don't know everybody that she knows,
Right.
you know. But that I always thought was weird. But I talked to her. It wasn't too long after that, you know, we connected. So,
Right.
But the other gentleman was asking about the windows.
Mm-hmm.
So I've never seen the curtains open.
Okay.
Ever.
Okay. The back ones are still closed. When you're out back, I noticed that. But
Well, the back bedroom on this side is Gypsy's. The one on the other side is her mom's. And this little window over here, they call it the classroom.
The classroom?
Yes.
Okay.
And they and I mean, Dee Dee tries to, she's 8, 9, mentality wise, age wise different,
Right.
but mentality wise, most polite child you've ever met in your life. Oh, boy, we could use more of them.
No kidding.
And but that's how they use that room.
Okay.
As
And you've never seen the curtains open like that?
never.
All right.
And I mean, I know she has some shears, but she also has, you know, some curtains
drapes
and yeah, and the shears are always pulled because they don't want. I mean, the cats will get up in the windowsill, you know, and look
Right.
outside, but they're not going to knock the whole thing down.
Sure.
Unless something. I don't know. I don't think cats can. I don't know.
It would take a lot. to
I'm
do
not a
that.
cat lover.
Yeah, with your allergy, I'm sure you're not.
No. But and they've just had the house. I mean, they've just repainted it, and they've worked on the ramp and everything, and that's all been painted.
Mm-hmm.
So that's all been.
If they do go somewhere for a few days or longer, do they normally leave their cats here for Gypsy or for
Yeah, somebody
to take care of? Or,
Mhm.
Okay, so they wouldn't normally take them with them.
No.
anywhere. Okay.
No, the cats never go anywhere.
Okay.
They and well, let's see. Is there 2 cats now? Big Dude died. And there's Baby Boy. I can't even remember the cats' names because I don't like them. Oh, that's terrible.
I completely understand.
I tell you, chemo brain. That's why I have curly hair.
I completely understand.
But you know, I guess it's most of it is just absolute concern for them.
Sure.
And I mean, Laura and I mean, all day long we've been texting, calling, and she said, "I can't take it any longer."
Yeah.
And I said, "Pick me up on your way."
Well, I'm glad you guys came with the key.
Yeah.
You know, otherwise we're gonna have to force entry into the
Yeah,
house.
and I don't. And as I said, hopefully, if this guy that they met at the movie theater, it might have caused Dee Dee to change the lock, and you know, not tell me that she did.
Right.
So I've got the key, and I'm hoping it's the right one.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you know that guy's name by any chance? Somebody talked to me about him.
Rachel is the one that actually was telling me more about it, and Rachel's on her way down. She's the durable power of attorney.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And the last time she talked to Laura, let's see. She was in Clinton, so she's not too far.
Okay. All right.
I'm at Clinton.
That's about
so
halfway.
that's halfway.
Yeah.
Yeah, Clinton. Okay, I had Clinton as Osceola, but I'm okay.
Or Collins.
Yeah, Collins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
the only thing I've heard about the man that in the movie deal was he was from Georgia. Does that ring a bell to you?
Lord, no. That is weird.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and Gypsy, I mean, literally is the type of child that just she stands in front of 1,000 people and can give a speech and not scared a bit. You know, she's not fearful,
Right.
and she's friendly. She's polite to everybody. My son called on the way up here, and his 2 girls are 10 and 12, and he said they saw it on TV, and I went, oh crap.
Yeah, the media was out here immediately.
Yeah, and I said, you know, we've gone to the movies together. I've taken them all to little theater together.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah.
I said, oh, I didn't even think to call you to tell you not to let them watch it.
Right.
So, you know they're peeking in, huh?
Yeah, when all these orange flags in the yard, we've been doing a search of the yard just to look for any evidence or anything like that, and that we keep getting interrupted by the rain. I mean, it started earlier. There was lightning striking close. We're carrying the light poles, and we're like, okay, we're going to stop for a while. Nobody needs to get electrocuted.
I tell you, coming up here, it was raining so hard we couldn't see.
Oh yeah, it poured on us out here for a while. I'm still drenched. But
well, you don't need to be in the air conditioning.
No, I'm burning up because I'm sitting in the cranking unit, and it's like an oven.
Oh,
in
is
there,
it?
so.
Oh, okay. So you're enjoying this.
I am. So, okay. Well,
I wish I knew more,
well, that's
but I
okay.
don't.
That's okay. You were definitely a help, and especially with the key. I mean, that helps a bunch because we don't want to damage anything.
No.
So the key's very helpful for us.
Yeah. If the cats are scared, they're going to be under one of the beds.
Right.
Because they always run the minute I come in.
That's good for you, I guess. But well, of course, the hair's all over the house, I'm sure. But
and then the one will come out, and then they always want to run. Like, go away, cat.
Yeah.
But I want to be nice because I don't want to offend Gypsy.
Right.
I think she dressed.
Really?
Puts him in the bathtub, and they will sit in the bathtub with her. They don't have a shower; they just have a tub.
Mm-hmm.
And the cats love it.
Cats typically hate water.
They do, but these cats obviously have enough, intuitive nature to know that she's
their mom, and yeah,
and that she needs. It just cracks. I keep saying.
Okay.
Interesting.
Please. So did we know that potentially Dee Dee had alpha gal? Because that's what it sounds like.
That's what I was thinking. I have alpha gal. My husband has alpha gal. No.
I probably have it. I just refuse to eat differently or get it diagnosed.
Yeah.
But even little traces could be could just keep you down and keep you,
Some people are so allergic to it that they can't even sit on leather chairs or wear leather gloves or have a leather belt.
Even some people are so.
Some people are asking in the comments what alpha gal is.
Alpha gal is allergic to the protein in, or the sugar in protein in mammal proteins. So you can't
eat beef.
Yeah, no mammals.
No mammals.
Yeah, I still do, but that's why I'm sick sometimes,
Not always.
So, but
you have a lot of other issues.
Yeah. So they said I'm barely allergic to it, but I have like an intolerance, high intolerance or whatever.
And it's from the lodestar tick. So you get
Yes.
bit by a tick that's bitten a mammal, and then that transfers to you. And a lot of people, especially here in the Ozarks, have been affected by it. And a lot of people can't even, like Amber, you say you can eat a little bit. A lot of people just can't touch it at all. So no contamination. But I don't know if that's what she had. It's just, it could answer some of the.
It could definitely.
Those
One
darn
thing I-
dicks, I'll tell you.
One thing I wanted to point out, a few people in the comments were shocked that this lady referred to Gypsy as a child, but I just wanted to remind everyone real quick that Gypsy, by her own admission, was sucking a baby bottle in public up until the murder, and very much acting like a person of childlike mentality, because she seemed to like doing that.
I mean, my connection with her, she was what, 23? It was 22, 23. And I mean, I thought she was a kid. That was the mentality that was presented to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
You want to describe your interaction, Nancy?
I worked for a radio station, and we had a concert at the Great Southern Bank Arena, and she was participating in the Take Me Backstage t-shirt contest. And so she had made a t-shirt, and she was in her wheelchair and decorated that. I remember just going up to her and just being like, okay, I'm not proud of this, you guys. You made me tell this story. But just, you know, oh my goodness, did you make that shirt by yourself? Your pink boots are so cute. Look at your wheelchair. Like, I mean, she presented as a little kid with mentally challenged. And for me to see her now, it's just, it's crazy. Just crazy. She's going to the store and driving and having a baby, and what?
Yeah, not only did Nancy have that interaction with her, she was also at the press conference and asked Sheriff Arnott questions in the press conference when they were arrested.
Yeah. I mean, I was a reporter there for 20 years. And at the press conference, I was like, so is this Nick guy, could he be the mastermind? Like, we don't know. We don't know what's going on. We're all so confused. Turns out, no. Turns out Nick was the mastermind. But great.
And you guys thought that Gypsy was a boy at first when you saw the lineup, right?
Sure. So we get the mugshots back from Wisconsin, and it doesn't have the sex filled out on hers. And we look at the pictures side by side, and we're like, why do they look alike? What is happening? Like, again, we're so confused. What's this little girl doing in Wisconsin? How'd she get there? Why is her mom dead? We know these people in the community, but it didn't have male or female. And so the reporter I was working with called Wisconsin, and it was like, is this a girl or a boy? And they're like, let's go check. And when they put this on hold, we were just like, ooh, can you imagine if she was a dude on top of all of this? But he comes back and he was like, no, definitely a female. And we're like, did you just go check real quick, or what's going on here? It was, a bizarre time, a real bizarre time. I feel bad for this Marcia Smith, because she seems misled from both parties here, right? From the mom and Gypsy. But for her to say, oh, she stayed the night with me, and she has the mentality of an 8 or 9-year-old is what she said. So Gypsy is having to stay with somebody for a couple of nights and pretend the entire time she's 8 years old.
That's wild.
Well, I thought that was interesting, because they said for Dee Dee's sleep studies, and that indicates multiple, and you can't really fake a sleep study. You know what I mean? Like, I've done one. I'm sure you've done one, Amber.
Yeah.
And we've seen pictures of Gypsy having the sleep studies. They hook up electrodes to your head, and you have to go to sleep, and they monitor your brain waves while you sleep to determine something. And so by her saying Gypsy spent the night with me when Dee Dee had sleep studies, it sounds like multiple. And, you know, if the first one was fine, I can't imagine them just randomly doing a bunch more. I mean, my first one came out fine. I have POTS, and they thought at first my POTS wasn't diagnosed. I hadn't had the tilt table test yet where I fainted. And so they thought maybe I had narcolepsy, as they did a sleep studies test. And Yeah, like it's not a thing you can fake. So, and they were like, oh, your sleep study test is totally fine. We got to move on. And then they did the tilt table test and found my POTS. So the fact that they did multiple seems like there was a problem. And it also notes the fact that Gypsy was spending the night at someone else's house.
Yep.
With this woman saying that Gypsy was
8 or 9-year-old.
the best mom. So you got Gypsy staying the night with this woman, calling her grandma, with no concerns from this woman that there's any abuse going on.
Yeah.
But she said that an officer is there, they are missing, and she's not saying, oh, well, there were some things that weren't right, or oh, things were mishap. They just lived a horrible life, lived in their cars, proud of their little house.
Yeah, it absolutely baffles my mind that Gypsy was staying at somebody's home and she couldn't just snap out of it to tell the truth if she was really having issues. Because I know she always claims that a big concern that she had was, well, everyone thinks that I'm this way and, no one's going to believe me and all of that sort of thing. But I can almost guarantee you that if she just snapped out of it and just started talking the way that she does in these other videos that we're seeing, someone would catch on that, hey, something's wrong.
Yeah.
I think it was, but when she said people won't believe me, she followed that with they would be so mad. What she really couldn't take was the shame. She knew people would believe her, but they wouldn't believe that it was Dee Dee. Because like, if you can just suddenly do that, why didn't you do that?
Well, yeah, and in that one video, she said, I've done a lot of bad things and I could go to jail. And I mean, she was talking about that, like she had done some things that, I mean, we still don't know what those were.
Yeah, she hasn't, like, stealing and the pedophile videos, like she said, my biggest fear is our daughter showing up with a police officer, but that's a future thing. But she did say that one time, I've done things I could go to jail for. And that to me probably relates back to that one video where it just, I'm not believing something just because Gypsy said it. But man, there was a look in her eye and on her face that just reminded me so much of when she was on the stand. And she did lie some on the stand, so she probably lied some then. But she also was probably the most honest she's been. And that look was so much like that when she started talking about keeping it from her mom, that she could walk, and then telling her in 2011 and her mom freaking out about it. And like, I don't know, everything that she describes her mom freaking out after that, I just imagine has a layer of, yeah, and you lied to me and I did all this and now what?
Yeah,
go ahead.
I was just going to say that video is more candid than we see her in any other ones. Usually she's just pleading and saying, I'm sorry, and throwing around all kinds of deviant behavior. But in that one, she was actually like, talking.
You hit on it right there when you said she was more candid. In most of them, it feels like she's acting a part. She's overplaying emotion. She had almost no emotion in that one. Like she had almost no emotion on the stand. And that's why I'm like, whoa, you know what I mean?
Also,
so, like I said, she did throw in some lies on the stand still.
I was interested in the curtains because they're talking about the curtains on the windows. They don't say anything about a film or
I noted that
blocking the window. They talk about the sheer and the curtain and how it's never open. But I would think that, a couple years ago, that black stuff went up on the windows and it was blacked out.
Right. Yeah, they didn't say, she didn't say nothing about that.
Made me very curious.
There's a lot to dissect in all of these. I noticed at the end, she started talking about Gypsy and the cats being in the bathtub. That's weird.
Oh, yeah. I missed that. Crap. I'll have to look back on the transcript.
They don't have a shower. They only have a tub, and Gypsy was able to get the cats in there because they basically felt that was their mom and they knew they had to get in there because they didn't have another option or something.
Yeah. Into the bath with her?
Yeah, into the bath with her.
We heard about her clogging up that tub, shaving the cats. Why would she say that's their mom? Like, that's weird. Because we know about Gypsy's pet play.
Like that's like Marcia was saying, like they just felt like that she's their mom and
Their caretaker.
their caretaker. Mm-hmm.
I've never seen a cat jump in. Sound off in the comments if your cat's ever jumped in the bathtub with you, because it feels like it's your mom.
No.
Yeah,
I've seen very, very few cats like in videos like the shower and stuff. I've never seen anyone. Maybe it exists. We're seeing no's. Okay.
Now she said they had no contact with Rod, no child support, no nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Did y'all know that she said that Dee Dee's dad tried to collect on her life insurance? I thought that was interesting because whenever we listened to the interview you put up with Dee Dee's dad's new wife, Laura Petrie, she immediately just goes into like, well, Dee Dee's missing. They don't know she's dead yet. They're like, terrible. She put something on the cactus, Claude's favorite cactus, and it killed it. And then they thought that Gypsy said that she put it in my food. And that was just so weird to me, like missing. And you think about a cactus.
And you brought up the point that a lot of people say that Christy started that rumor that she was poisoning people and stuff like that. But
we saw it.
Sounds like it came from Gypsy.
Yeah.
As a child.
Mm-hmm. Quite odd. Yeah, and Mummy Brown, Dee Dee's family does hate her. I mean, it's very apparent, obviously. You know,
yeah.
What reason I don't know, but there were definitely issues there.
Yeah,
we're not denying for a second that there weren't issues there, but I think the thing that we're just trying to drive home is that we don't see any evidence of any of the story being even remotely true. So we're trying to figure out what's up with that.
Right. And, you know, a family hating someone, sometimes it's because they're a scapegoat. Sometimes they didn't really do anything that bad. Sometimes they are black sheep because they did real bad stuff. And the family was just like, I've had enough. And that, like Alora said, that's what we're trying to get to. And we keep being surprised by how much it gets proved that Dee Dee didn't do that we thought she did.
Yeah.
Also, talking about her having schooling in the house, and Marcia's like, oh, she was so polite. It's a great point. We just need more of them. And the officer's like, yep, we sure do. No kidding.
Yeah, right. And did you catch that she said that they called that the schoolroom?
Schoolroom.
Classroom or whatever? Yeah. So can we talk about the cube missing and the car with Georgia plates? I don't know what you mean, misbehaving.
Oh, the visiting car. Because they're talking about meeting the boy in the theater, meeting the young man in the theater, and being concerned about that. And then the car that was there actually had Georgia plates.
That's why he asked, is the theater guy from Georgia?
From Georgia.
Okay. So
maybe
Dan Barber heard the guy was from Georgia. He heard that the guy they met at the theater was from Georgia.
Yes, he did say that.
But maybe the car had Illinois plates, I think is what he said. That was but they didn't know who that was.
Okay. It's very telling that Gypsy has not kept in contact with hardly anyone except for men from her former life.
That's why I'm so interested in the St. Rachel character, because they said the power of attorney, this Marcia person said the power of attorney was with Rachel. And Gypsy has said that the reason she was afraid to run away because her mom had papers that declared her incompetent, and that was determined to be the power of attorney, right? To Rachel? Yeah, Rachel is one of the only ones that Gypsy stated. She wrote a letter to her from Greene County that Mike Stanfield said, hey, they're taking this as a confession because she said my part of the murder is small. She wrote her from prison, from Chillicothe. I saw that in the emails. And then she wrote glowingly about her in her book and said, Aunt Rachel is the only person Mama trusted with me and wanted to have me after I died. So wonderful, blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, and apparently she worked at Mercy Hospital. So if she worked at Mercy Hospital and she was friends with Dee Dee while this horrific abuse was going on, and she also was in charge of this power of attorney, that was the reason Gypsy couldn't run away. And if I'm wrong about any of these details, please correct me in the comments, friends. But if these things are correct, then why is she so okay with this woman today?
Yeah.
Yeah. Great
I
question.
find that really weird.
Mm-hmm. No,
I'm
I
looking
mean,
at the comments to see if anyone has answers.
I am too. I'm looking at my
Um,
Might be
if I'm getting something messed up, I would like to be corrected, but like
No.
it doesn't make any sense to me.
So there is a Rachel Garlick that was
Oh.
Yeah, not the same.
Dee Dee's friend in prison. Rachel Miller is Dee Dee's friend, supposedly best friend, I guess.
That's who I'm talking about.
And she worked at the Hope Lodge, didn't she?
She worked at Mercy, Kansas City. I don't know if it was at the Hope Lodge there where they stayed or at the hospital, but something to do with Kansas
Yeah,
City.
she worked.
Mercy went all the time while they lived in Springfield.
Yeah. So here today says she worked at the Hope Lodge. I'm pretty sure she did. So yeah, it is it's a very interesting question.
Katie Dungy 8841 in the comments says, wasn't the prescription pad from Mercy Hospital too? Yes, it was. That's why I wondered if it wasn't so much that Dee Dee stole it, but like Audrey said, it appears to have been expired around the time of one of their visits. If it wasn't just handed to Gypsy for a color pad,
Like here, play
Because it was
doctor. Lots
Yeah.
of kids like to play
you want
doctor.
to play doctor, this isn't useful anymore.
Yeah, that's a great question. I mean, she holds Dee Dee responsible, but yet she doesn't hold the other people in her life that she has said that people didn't pay attention or ask her the right questions and things like
Yeah,
that.
that's the right questions, and they came there, realized she wasn't a child, so not in their jurisdiction, and noted that it was obvious she was mentally impaired, like what Nancy described. So Jip acted a certain way and then blames them for not asking the right questions when she had an out. She had multiple outs.
Yeah, she did, and she stayed the night with this woman, and she could have totally said, and this woman says that she acted like an 8 or 9-year-old, so that's even younger than the 14, 15 mentality that she's supposed to have, right?
Yeah,
So-
imagine if she stood up in that lady's house and said, listen, I don't want to do this anymore and I don't know what to do and I need help. My mom wants me to keep doing this because we started with it and I lied to her and I don't know what to do.
I guarantee if she told the woman she liked BDSM, she'd be like, huh? Let's talk about that.
That's my style of life now.
There's just so many choices she could have made where Dee Dee wouldn't be dead.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Depending on what we find out, it's possible Dee Dee could have done jail time or prison. We don't know, but everything we think that about, we keep finding is explainable and not true. So I don't even know. But what Dee Dee wasn't conned instead of the conner at this point from what we keep seeing. And I never thought I would be saying that.
Yeah, I would say
I took a hard line on Dee Dee.
Yeah, I would say to everybody, suspend all of your hard lines and all of these things that you believe about this case, because every time we see new evidence, something changes, and it's like you got to be really open to the fact that this is really layered, and I don't know what the heck's going on here, but
She rolled back the age. We know that for probably state help, more for more time. Other than that, I just think she was trying to get help for her sick kid.
That's what I think too. That's what I think. But what was Gypsy doing?
Yeah.
Oh, no. I
Well,
mean,
yeah,
but I'm starting to think, some of these rumors that I've heard over the years, and I'm not going to mention them, but some of these rumors over the years may be in fact true, because she is a hot mess, like your husband said, just a mess.
I'm wondering that too. Yeah, because and in the video where, she's walking around pointing out the fornication foliage, she just sounds like she knows what she's talking about when she's like, we could do it there. We could do it there. We won't be seen there at night. Like, she doesn't sound unsure at all about whether or not they would actually be unseen there at night. I don't know. I might be totally wrong. Might be reaching. Just thought.
No, I mean, it felt like that was hey, this is our property, letting him know the property and the grounds and everything. So when he comes, he can know where he's going. I felt like that was part of the purpose of that video. And then also to, go scope out and see what he thought, would be the best place to fornicate. But yes.
People in the chat are like, fornication foliage. Never thought I'd hear it. That I can't take total credit for that. It was someone in my chat who said that. And then like I did a whole goofy live where I painted the fornication foliage and did a song about it.
Amber, I got to bounce.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Thank you, Nancy, so much for being here.
Nancy.
Have a blessed day or blessed evening. Okay, so do you have, Millennial, anything left to add onto this? I know you wanted to talk about some things you found in that book, but I didn't know if you had them ready or not, or do you want to just wait for another time to talk about that?
I don't have them ready at the moment. I think we've been going quite a while, but for all of you who have been telling me to check out the VC Andrews book, Amber and I were talking about that today because I went looking more and more. We did the impromptu live about it the other day, but then y'all informed me to look a little further because there's a whole storyline where a sister who grew up with the dad, unknown to Ruby, in a wonderful life, actually pretended to be disabled in a wheelchair, pretended she couldn't walk.
That is crazy. And we're going to have to actually look into that and devote a whole live to that whole thing, because I know people had been saying that Ruby was probably an inspiration for her, but I always kind of dismissed it. I hadn't really heard much, and I tried to read it and I was bored. So when you told me that, I was like, holy cow, wow. I mean, we know that
Interview with a Vampire, Twilight.
Yeah, well, and then we know, like in one of her documentaries, she was so heavily talking about how the movie Tangled inspired, her
resurgence.
Yeah, and so it's like she just latches onto stories or books or whatever and makes them her own, and it's wild.
Like Claudia when she was little with the cutting of the hair that seems to be retained to this day from Interview with a Vampire. Yeah.
Oh man, I would love to see her freak out on camera just to compare it to Claudia.
That would be very interesting, to the Claudia screaming scene. Yeah.
Because that's an intense scene.
And that's the one that she said in her email that she acted out from a very young age, the Claudia cutting her hair screaming. I'm not trying to overplug my channel, but for anyone wondering, I did a video on this. I read the email and I have a link to the Claudia screaming clip in the description.
Yeah, no, I think you guys should run with that and look at that a little closer, because I think that might be one of the reasons why she does that, maybe.
And please check out Millennial's channel.
Yes,
she's on here, guys. She's great, and she does go over a lot of this stuff and explains it so much more eloquently than we do.
Oh yeah, we just present the stuff and then she actually breaks it down for you. Yeah. So I know about that. Well, I guess we'll call it a night, but thank you, Millennial, for coming on, and for Ashley and for Nancy and Auntie's advice. And hopefully we'll have her come back on sometime and talk about something.
Go check her out too. Like we said, we did a little impromptu live stream yesterday.
Yes,
I just ran downstairs and was like, "Oh, you guys are talking?"
When she heard what she was talking about, Laura ran downstairs. She's like, "Oh, I got to get in on this one."
Anyway.
So go check out Auntie's advice. But I hope everybody has a very blessed evening, and that you go out and do something good to change the world for the better. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Life is like a duck. Tough times don't last, but tough people do. Here at Military Broadcast Radio, we're teaming up with our friends at Die Tired, the veteran-friendly music band spreading strength, resilience, and mental health awareness one shirt at a time.
And check this out. Their brand new shirts feature broadcast beaker right on the breast pocket. A reminder that you can weather the storm, and you're never alone.
Shirts are only $25, and proceeds support giving veterans a voice. MBR's mission to teach veterans how to podcast and videocast. Because when our vets are talking, they're not overthinking. They're not second-guessing. Together, we stop the 22 stigma. Grab your shirt today at mbradio.us and hit the shop. Or go directly to toramerch.printavo.com/merch/dietiredband. That's toramerch.printavo.com/merch/dietiredband.
Suit up, stand strong.
Remember, we're unduckable together.
You're built tougher than the storm.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to Military Broadcast Radio. As we wrap up today's show, we want to remind you that the podcast of today's episode will be available right after we go off the air. So if you missed any part of the show or want to listen again, be sure to check it out. And remember, we're here to support and honor our veterans. Your stories and experiences matter, and we are committed to giving you a platform to share them. That's right. We're here to give our veterans a voice. So don't forget to catch the podcast and stay connected with us. Giving our veterans a voice.